My job here is to catch you up to speed in the world of pickup.
But I don't want to be a playboy like you. The best thing you can be first is a playboy.
Females don't have independent thought.
And you, my dear, are a depreciating asset.
All is fair in love and war. This quote has been applauded for centuries by writers, philosophers, and academics. But like pickup artists, these writers, philosophers, and academics had no fucking ethics. This video is the ultimate guide for women on how to spot men who consume red pill, pickup artist, and other manosphere content. In order to make this video, I read The Mystery Method by Erich von Markovic, aka the main book that started the pickup artist movement, as well as The Game by Neil Strauss, The Rational Male by Rollo Tomassi, and I studied hours upon hours of red pill content on YouTube and took detailed notes in the process, so you don't have to. You're welcome. The video will be organized into 3 parts. Indications a man definitely consumes red pill content, indications a man possibly consumes red pill content, green flags that are evidence a man probably does not consume red pill content, and the best way to reject a red pill man. For those of you who don't know, the pickup artist, manosphere, and red pill movements are male supremacy movements. These terms can be pretty much used interchangeably to describe modern men who are low ethics when it comes to dating and relationships. The clips shown at the very start of the video, as well as right now, are examples of well-known men in the red pill movement talking about red pill strategies. The leaders of this movement teach men how to use mean-spirited psychological tricks to get women to feel attracted to them. The goal of these men is to purposefully break down their girlfriend's confidence in underhanded ways so that she will think that no other man will want her and lack the confidence to leave. These men are the lowest of the low, and many women, especially young women, are oblivious to their tactics and often naively fall for them. Watching this type of depraved content is often uncomfortable for women, so this video is a way of getting the important information without having to ruin your day. After watching this video, you will not only be able to easily spot red pill men, but know how to respond to them in a way that brings back dignity to yourself while putting theirs in check. Today, I will be your INTJ bestie. Andrew Tate might be good at chess, but girl, I'm better. Here are some indicators that a man is definitely part of the red pill movement. These indicators are in the definitely category because they are either a crucial concept in pickup artist theory or specific lines that only men in red pill spaces use. Number 1, negging. This is the most prevalent pickup artist tactic, and it's when a man gives a compliment that is actually an underhanded insult. An example of a neg would be saying something like, "You look good," for someone who doesn't put in the effort to look pretty, or "You're an awesome person. Most people who dress like you are lame." The intention behind saying something like this is to lower your confidence, make himself seem more confident, and stand out from the other guys who typically compliment a woman's looks in order to flirt with her. There will often be multiple negs. According to these men, the more physically attractive a woman is, the more negs a man must say. In the book The Mystery Method, Erich von Markovic instructs men to do this and then shortly after writes, "Get as close to the breaking point as you can without crossing the line. When you reach the point where she is about to retaliate, start appreciating things about her, but not her looks. If you do accidentally offend her completely and she complains about your behavior, this isn't recommended, but it also doesn't necessarily preclude you from mating. Allow her to vent her emotions by voicing her opinion of you entirely first, then say, 'I'm monumentally sorry. I didn't mean to step over your boundaries. I merely intended to find them. Now that I know where they are, I promise I will not cross them. I'm sorry.' From there, the game is on." As this quote demonstrates, the men who neg women are selfish psychopaths that are only interested in getting a woman into bed and care nothing about the actual woman. Before we continue, let me give you a little bit about red pill history. The quote I read was from a book by a man called Erich von Markovic, who in many ways was the predecessor of Andrew Tate. He set the standard for what modern red pill and pickup artists do when they want to sleep with a woman, and many modern red pill men talk about him even now.
We have a legend in the house. We're here with Mystery and his wingman, Rob Baxter. Guys, this is an interview 2 years in the making.
Yes.
This is probably one of the most, I would say, requested, anticipated, and for me, from a personal level, important interview that we've ever done. When you talk about the red pill game, female psychology, dating, all this other stuff, it always originates with one name, and that name is Mystery. And we got his longtime wingman in the house as well. So, guys, welcome to the pod. We know who you guys are. I'm not even going to go into announcements because I want to just get right into it.
Yeah.
Can you guys introduce yourself to the people for those that don't know who you guys are?
Certainly. Mystery in the house. Eric Von Markovic, 52 years old.
He was prevalent in the early 2000s and even had a show on VH1.
The world's most famous pickup artist. Who will become the next pickup artist?
This clip shows the general vibe of the show and how cringy it was. Here's a clip of Markovic talking about negging.
So how you'd approach a beautiful woman is a little different from the way you'd approach an ordinary girl. It's not harder to get a 10, it's just different. You're going to open with negs, you're going to use more negs, generally speaking.
As you can see, there's a lot of misogyny and general gross vibes involved. Tactics that are similar to the neg are straight up insults or playful teasing that is actually mean-spirited. You should take note of this if it happens in excess. 2. Compliance tests. This is when red pill men will tell the woman to do something, then when she doesn't do it, punishes her somehow, aka via negging, insults, flirting with other women, acting less interested, etc. 3. If you are in a large group of 6+ people and the guy ignores you while talking to everyone else, then later expresses romantic interest in you, he's likely a pickup artist. If you are in a group with men, a red pill man will talk to the men first and find out what each of their relationships are to you before initiating a chat with you. I noticed in this video another reason why red pill men do this is because they hold other men in high regard in comparison to women.
I would actually go up to the guys kind of on the side. I'm like, hey, look, man, that girl in there, that girl right there, she's pretty high. I just want to make sure I'm not stepping on no toes. Is that your girlfriend or whatever? And what I've noticed is when you get permission from the guys in the group, or you talk to the guy that seems to be the leader of the group, and you kind of speak with him first, he'll tell you.
4. Approaching a substantial amount of women to get comfortable with rejection and practice his skills with women is a key part of pickup artistry. He usually repeats a routine and has a few pre-rehearsed openers, so you may be able to subtly find out from other women if he is saying the same openers to them. 5. If he asks you to write down a list of 10 words, then proceeds to claim to have a photographic memory to impress you with his so-called intelligence, the man will then teach you what a mnemonic device is, as if 99% of the population doesn't already know, on a later night, if you both meet. 6. If he mentions any of these terms: one-nightus, high-value or low-value man or woman, and plate spinning, in reference to dating multiple women at once. If he talks about any red pill influencers in a positive light. If he refers to various men as alphas or betas. If he unironically refers to women as 304s, or unironically says that nice guys finish last. 7. Compliments followed by disqualifiers. Some examples from The Mystery Method book by Eric Von Markovic are: you know, you can be pretty interesting, sometimes. You're awesome. Just kidding. It's weird that I feel so good around you. Too bad you're not my type. This is supposed to work in a way similar to the neg, in which it erodes at a woman's confidence, so that she will lower herself to be willing to date a subpar male. 8. He uses false time constraints. This is when a man lies about needing to leave soon so that the woman will feel a sense of urgency, fear of loss, and feel like she needs to prove herself to him quickly. Specifically, the false time constraint will be delivered shortly after he starts speaking to the woman, and then again a few minutes later. Another form of false time constraint is not verbal, but instead through physical body language, in which he turns slightly away from the woman and shifts his body weight away as if he's about to leave. Then he returns and says, "Oh wait, before I go," and continues his shtick. If the woman is sitting, the man might stand up as if about to walk away and then sit back down. If this happens in excess throughout your relationship, it's a red flag.
You do what we call an FTC, or false time constraint. If I, for instance, were to say, I can only stay a second, I've got my friends here, that would be an example of an FTC. So while you're speaking, as you're telling a story, you may actually get up and look like you're about to take off.
The men in this video are so manipulative. 9. Plays a visualization game with you called The Cube. 10. In the pickup artist community, last-minute resistance tactics are tactics that men use to psychologically coerce women into having sex even when she has said she does not want to. For obvious reasons, this is severely unethical. Here's how it works so you can spot and avoid men who use these tactics. The man will stop or pull away emotionally and act uninterested as a way of manipulation. He will pretend to withdraw in hopes that the woman chases him. If you get the feeling that the guy isn't withdrawing out of respect, but instead manipulation, he may be a pickup artist. The main difference is that there would be a certain amount of callousness or lack of emotional care from the pickup artist as compared to the non-pickup artist. A good man would withdraw out of respect and proper restraint, while not withdrawing emotionally. A pickup artist would withdraw emotionally as well as physically. The pickup artist is also likely to try again after withdrawing for a short amount of time. This type of persistence is called 1 step forward, 2 steps back. If the man senses that the woman is not interested, he will take 2 steps back only to try again. So for example, if he is trying to hold a woman's hand, but the woman seems hesitant, he will throw the hand back, retreat a little, and then try again. If the man won't stop trying despite discomfort, this is a sign. 11. Fake strength masking deep insecurity. Red pill influencer Rollo Tomasi in The Rational Male writes, "Women are fundamentally incapable of loving a man in the way that a man expects to be loved by a woman. This is a partial truth. It is completely possible for a woman to love a man completely honestly and truthfully. However, it is completely impossible for a woman to love Rollo Tomasi completely, honestly, and truthfully. Any woman who shows interest in a guy like Rollo Tomasi is not acting out of love, but out of mental unwellness and extreme emotional trauma." Rollo Tomasi is technically correct when he writes that women are fundamentally incapable of loving him truly, and this is justified and should be the way it is. The following tactics mean that a man is possibly but not guaranteed to be a pickup artist. Though if he does some of these tactics, he is at best a shit boyfriend. 3 or more of these behaviors indicate that a man is definitely red pill trash. 1. If a man sleeps with a bunch of women to get over a breakup, the pickup artist community refers to men being emotionally attached to one woman as one-itis.
So what is one-itis, right? Like where did that idea come from? Well, the idea is this, is that there is a one for you. And I'm sure you've probably heard this before, like, oh, she's my one, she's gonna be my one.
This man literally thinks that love and commitment is a disease. Here's another example of the general vibe that red pill men have in regards to loyalty and commitment.
Loyalty is having options and returning to the same place, not only having one option. They're very different things. If I walk into the store and they only sell apples and I buy an apple, I'm not loyal to apples. I don't have a choice. Loyalty is walking in the store where they sell all the fruit. I buy apples 6 days a week. Occasionally I get a big fat pineapple and I go back to apples the day after.
2. If he walks up to attractive women he doesn't know quickly. Red pill men have a 3-second rule in which they must approach attractive women quickly before they overthink and their crushing self-doubt turns them into insecure little weaklings. 3. The spin move. When the man grabs the hand of the woman and spins her immediately upon meeting. While by itself is not necessarily a PUA tactic, it is an incredibly specific move, and combined with other tactics listed may mean he is a pickup artist. 4. Triangulation. This is when a man will flirt with or express romantic interest in another woman. If this ever happens, do not react or act jealous, as this only makes his ego inflated. Red pill men will also often use jealousy as a way to try and quote-unquote test a woman's loyalty. Fail the test.
Women don't respect men with no hose. Bro, look a girl in the eyes and you fuck her, tell her you're gonna cheat on her. She loves it. Bro, man, they don't respect a man. They don't respect a man with no hose.
She goes at it.
The way that Andrew Tate says this so flippantly is insane. 5. If he has numerous women in his life romantically. Male 304 energy. 6. Social proof and quote-unquote pawning. Social proof is when a man has many attractive women around him and uses that as proof of his social worth. Pawning is getting a attractive woman he is not interested in to go with him to approach a woman he is interested in. The pawned woman is either not aware she is being used or someone the man has hired. The logic is that if the man has an attractive woman with him, it makes him seem more attractive and makes him seem less desperate. Also, the woman is less closed off because she doesn't immediately know if the guy is hitting on her or already in a relationship with the pawned woman.
But I will tell you, the reality of having women introducing you to women is unbelievable. I had 200 girls show up to my bikini competition last year. There's no way for me to do that without women helping me recruit other women. Does that make sense?
1000%.
And you guys have IC and all these girls here that help you with this kind of thing. You call them the hoe wranglers.
Again, this video has gross energy. 7. Peacocking. This is when he wears attention-grabbing clothing to appear more confident and get women to notice and look at him more. Accessories that are outlandish and extroverted looking, fake fur in excess, clashing colors, leopard print, large jewelry are a few examples. If he looks like Heidi Klum would throw shade at him on an episode of Project Runway. 8. Flirts with you, but refuses to buy a drink for you. This was mentioned in the mystery method and is an easy one to test. 9. Sometimes red pill men will use a wingman to help him pick up women. If there's a wingman with him who talks about the main man's accomplishments or talks about how successful his business is, specifically at the beginning of the conversation, this could be a sign.
Accomplishment introduction is basically a gambit, a story of your wing's real-world DHV spikes. For example, if you met my friend Mystery, great guy, brilliant guy, wrote a book. And then I'm gonna say, hey, Mystery, I'd like you to meet so-and-so.
This video shows that a lot of normal casual things can actually be lies. 10. When a man accuses the woman of being too forward or trying to get him into bed even though she has not flirted at all. This is a way of reverse psychology, trying to make the man seem harder to get, as well as trying to make the woman feel slut-shamed. 11. The man mentions that the main reason why women don't want to sleep with him is because women don't want to seem like sluts. Obviously, as women, we know this is not the real reason. The real reason why women don't sleep with men quickly is for safety reasons, or because the woman doesn't like hookup culture and wants a relationship based on friendship rather than only physical attraction. 12. If a man initiates physical touch frequently to make the woman comfortable with physical touch and therefore comfortable with sleeping with him. 13. Future faking. This is when a man lies to a woman about his grandiose plans for their future, including but not limited to marriage, vacation, children, or buying a house together. 14. He leaves when the conversation is most interesting and engaging and attempts to make you not want him to go. 15. Purposefully bringing up trauma or triggering the woman's past trauma to make her feel insecure. 16. Here's a funny and pretty pathetic one. Saying a completely random or unexpected phrase or word when a woman is talking about her ex-boyfriend in hopes of changing the subject. 17. Using a quote-unquote yes ladder, aka a man will ask a series of questions that the woman is likely to say yes to, in hopes of raising the chances that she will say yes to a final, important question such as, do you want to have dinner? 18. The man will try to get the woman to sell herself to him by using lines like, is there more to you that meets the eye? This is done in hopes of making the woman want the guy's approval. 19. PUAs have a 7-hour rule, as in they expect sex within 7 hours of interaction with a woman. So a good way to test this is to just not have sex for a very, very long time. Whatever number you do decide on, do not tell him that number. because he may just wait until that number and then leave. In his book, The Rational Male, by red pillar Rollo Tomasi, he straight up writes, "Any woman who makes you wait for sex, or by her actions implies that she is making you wait for sex, the sex is never worth the wait." If he didn't value sex, though, why would he write an entire book obsessing on how to get it? A similar sentiment is echoed through other red pill books as well, and is the general consensus in the pickup artist community. 20. If he sees male and female relationships as transactional, aka men who invest money in a woman are entitled to sex or attention. One of the main members of the red pill movement, Andrew Tate, went so far as to illegally traffic and pimp out women.
So I had all these girlfriends all around the world, whatever. And by coincidence, I wrote them, I didn't write them down, but I thought of them, well, that's something I kind of have. And I was talking to Tristan, and we were talking about how we literally were talking about how we'd never open a strip club. So we're never going to open a strip club because it costs too much to set up. It's too much to invest. We need to make money. We don't have any money. So that's stupid. By coincidence, I was on some website. I think it was a gaming website, some not Doppler, some crap. And in the corner it said, "Talk to live girls now." And it's something, I think it's because I just thought about the fact I had all these girls. I was like, so I clicked on it and I saw some Russian chicks sitting there on some crappy webcam and like these little tokens coming in. I was like, okay, so maybe I could get.
The way that Andrew Tate speaks about his many girlfriends like literal property that he owns is sickening. 21. If he has an extreme aversion to paying for a date or fear of being financially taken advantage of by a woman. The majority of red pill men would pay for the first date, but the manosphere does also think that all women are gold diggers.
Every single girl's a gold digger. I'll explain what I mean by this. On one end, you got a girl that's extreme. I need a multi-millionaire that will take care of me and spoil me. Then on the other hand, you got a girl that says, I just want a guy that's ambitious. Both of them are looking for the same thing. One girl's just being far more honest.
The way that he says this makes it seem like women are cruel, but this is not true. 22. Talks frequently about building a career and earning money, but in reality is lazy and low-ranking in his job. If he constantly tries to one-up you in your career. If he has the kind of cringe energy in this following video, he may be a red pill man.
If you're filthy rich, and you have a strong network of people around you who you trust, and you have a good family, and you have beautiful children, you have women who love you, and you have beautiful supercars, you live with your best friends in a compound, you have armed guards, and you're proud of yourself, and you're strong, and you train hard every day, and you're monumentally successful, and all of your dreams come true, and if you want something, you can instantly snap it up. You want a Pagani, you want a Bugatti, you want a $25 million apartment, anything you want, you buy.
Barf. 23. Shit tests. A shit test is when a woman nags or insults a man. According to this popular post on Reddit, men in the pickup artist community are supposed to act in 4 ways when nagged or insulted by a woman. 1. Agree and exaggerate. 2. Disagree outrageously. 3. Misinterpret sexually. 4. Completely ignore. This checks out with all the other red pill content I've studied. If you neg a man, and he reacts in this way, he might be a pickup artist. However, I do not recommend negging a man unless you are pretty certain he is a red pill man or he is mean. I must emphasize this, do not neg and insult good or nice men. Remember, unlike red-pilled men, we have ethics to uphold. 24. You can try sharing an emotional story that doesn't make you emotional or emotionally vulnerable. Do not share anything that would make you feel vulnerable because you do not yet know if this man is a safe person to share vulnerable stories with. Be careful when choosing what to share. If the man finds difficulty in expressing sympathy, or is at a loss for words because it doesn't fit his usual script, he is possibly a pickup artist. As you can see by these red pill video titles, red pill men tend to be very unfeeling and incapable of empathy towards women. 25. Check his social media. If he follows any of the men on this list, he may be in the manosphere. 26. He puts an extreme amount of emphasis on women being young and physically beautiful in order for them to be dateable.
The reason why men want younger women is because younger women are, number one, there's less likelihood of them being. Number 2, they have less experience. Number 3, you don't have to train as much bad habits out of them. Number 4, younger women have more fertile signs.
This video is just one example of how obsessed red pill men are with youth and devaluing older women. 27. I was surprised to learn that many red pill men will not compliment a woman's looks and only compliment her personality traits. The intent behind this is to try and stand out among the other men, though a lot of red pill men will compliment a woman's looks. For example, Andrew Tate would compliment a woman's looks.
Once you have their attention, what I personally say, and I know this is cliche, everyone's expecting some amazing line, but it's really not a line. I want to make my intention clear from the beginning. So excuse me, I just want to say you are absolutely beautiful.
It's basically a 50-50 chance.
You are very beautiful.
Ah, gee, thanks.
Yeah, that's a routine compliment. So, we need something different.
The way Eric von Markovic says this makes it clear that he is actually interested in a woman's looks. He just lies about it. So even if he appears to not be interested in your looks and only interested in your personality, you should still proceed with caution. 28. He tries to act like Edward Cullen from Twilight.
Because if you really love your wife, you're going to game her forever. You know? I believe in something called dark love. So all my emojis, even rose, black heart, rose. Real love is dark, man. Real love is holding hands with two skeletons, you know? Real love is getting buried by each other.
Cringe. Imagine worshipping Edward Cullen as a middle-aged man. Now, let me share some green flags. Signs that a man is not part of the red pill manosphere movement. 1. He makes high effort and time-consuming gestures like cooking you your favorite meal without expecting anything in return. 2. There is minimal drama or conflict in your interactions. 3. The man is high in agreeableness, aka he agrees with you a lot and is cooperative in general. Ask him to take something called the Big 5 personality test. If he is high on agreeableness and low on neuroticism, this is a green flag. My theory is that the ideal man's Big 5 results look similar to this. 4. He has a secure attachment style. This means he wants emotional connection and consistently. There's no hot or cold attitude. He does not pull away emotionally when you two get close, and he does not get upset when you need your space. For more about this, I would recommend reading Attached by Amir Levine and Rachel Heller. It's a fascinating book about how to tell if someone is capable of a stable relationship. 5. Red pill men have deep insecurity masked with superficial confidence. Most women can sense this, especially after some time has passed. Red pill men rarely jokingly self-deprecate because their fragile egos couldn't handle it. Once you spot a red pill man, how do you reject him? The best way to do this is just ignore him. These men are desperate, so any interaction whatsoever may be taken as signs of interest. If he is someone you are forced to see or interact with on a daily basis, here's what you should avoid doing. This list is from the Mystery Method book I mentioned earlier by Eric von Markovic. According to him, these actions indicate to a red pill man that a woman is interested in him. Personally, I disagree with Markovic, but again, these men are desperate. Here's the list. Do not ask for the man's name. Do not ask for his age. Do not reinitiate conversation when the talking stops. Do not giggle. Do not touch him in any way. Do not build rapport and comfort. Do not glance at him often. Do not toss your hair. Do not hold eye contact from a distance. Do not smile at him. Do not stand nearby him unless necessary. Do not interrupt his conversation from nearby. Do not laugh at his jokes. Do not ask for a light or the time. Do not compliment him. Do not be playful with him. Do not ask if he has a girlfriend. On your way out, do not tell him you are leaving. Do not return his calls or texts, even out of politeness. Do not have your body facing him or your feet pointed in his direction. Here are some actions you should do. Avoidance. Avoid eye contact, calls, and conversation. Pretend to not hear what he said. Don't contribute to conversation with him. Look away often. Get impatient easily and show it. Lean away and talk to someone else. Repetitively say, uh-huh, don't invest. The main theme here is avoidance. Make sure you avoid and freeze him out. Do not insult him or neg him, however, because strangely enough, red pill men see insults and negs as indicators of interest, or quote-unquote shit tests. When you insult these men, they think that you are trying to test their manliness, aka whether or not he will respond in a dominant way, and therefore they think that you are interested in getting to know them. Non-response, aka freezing him out, is the best option here and will do the most damage to his ego. If you find yourself in the unfortunate circumstance of being in a relationship with a red pill man, the best way to break up would be non-emotionally and coldly. What is important here is to not show emotion, no tears nor anger. Any sort of sadness in the breakup would feed his ego. Once you break up, do not respond to any of his texts, calls, etc. If you see him on the street, no you didn't.
Sources: How to Smash Through a Forest. What the hell?
As shown in the clip, the problem with red pill men is they do not care about the feelings or well-being of the women they are hitting on. These men will lie and deceive and do and say pretty much anything to psychologically manipulate a woman into sleeping with him. The main creator of the pickup artist movement, predating the times of Andrew Tate, Eric von Markovic, was a magician that specialized in illusions, aka lying and manipulation, so it makes sense. Men who participate in this movement are dishonest and selfish. They have no interest in contributing to the lives of women in any positive way.
All right, so now what I want you to do is, ladies, real quick. So I want you to rate me, my co-host, and then our fucking producer. Go from 1 to 10, just off beauty. Go.
2.
Okay.
I would give him a 9.
Okay. What is she over there?
I would give him a 10 because he invited me.
All right. So again, you sound like a stupid ass bitch. I'm trying to figure out why you rated me a 2, because we're not going off our interactions. We're going off beauty. And you just gave him a 9. You gave me a 2. You only gave me a 2 because of the whole interaction that we've been having, right? So do me a favor, get the fuck up and get the fuck out.
Thank you.
Yeah, get out.
So what the fuck?
Stupid ass bitch.
This clip shows that red pill men are actually really insecure and want female validation. Another marker of this insecurity is that they're afraid to honestly communicate interest, and most of the time are faking disinterest in an effort to get the woman to chase. They don't properly show interest in the woman ever because they are afraid of rejection. A truly confident man would be honest about his interest because he wouldn't be so afraid of rejection. In reality, pickup artists are so desperate for women to chase them that they have to resort to these high-effort tactics. Good men wouldn't need to rely on these highly calculated tactics. They would already have traits that would naturally attract women. If a man is handsome, rich, and kind, he would not have to rely on those underhanded tactics. Women would be all over him, even if he is a little socially awkward. An example of this would be Mr. Darcy from Pride and Prejudice.
Mr. Darcy. Please do be seated. I'm afraid Mr. and Mrs. Collins have gone on business to the village.
This is a charming house. I believe my aunt did a great deal to it when Mr. Collins first arrived.
I believe so. She could not have bestowed her kindness on a more grateful subject. Shall I call for some tea?
No, thank you. Good day, Miss Elizabeth. It's been a pleasure.
What on earth have you done to poor Mr. Darcy? I have no idea.
Red pill men are truly pathetic. Just look at this guy, Ross Jeffries, who is sometimes referred to as the father of pickup artistry. Imagine being in your 60s and so emotionally immature that you own the domain name seduction.com and host a pickup artist channel on YouTube. It looks ridiculous and shows that women of all ages have to deal with this insane behavior from men. The pickup artist movement has actually been around for a long time. Red pill men like Andrew Tate are just the newer generation of it. There is no such thing as a good man who happens to use some red pill tactics. If a man is even a little bit red pill, you need to throw the whole man out because he is tainted and poisonous. I would also like to mention the importance of not revealing your type or the type of man you are looking for. It is incredibly easy for a bad man to fake being a good one, or temporarily morph himself into the type of man you express interest in. A key part of all of this is staying silent when it comes to the type of man you are looking for, and instead observe him. Do not directly tell him you are not interested in red pill men, because he may start to lie and fake his personality if you do this. During my research, I came across an interesting book by Mark Manson called Models Attract Women Through Honesty. This is technically a book on how to pick up women, but it is significantly more ethical. However, something about this book still didn't sit right with me. I asked myself, would I want my future husband to read this book? The answer is no, and the reason why is that it gives male 304 energy still. Personally, I'm not interested in any kind of man who is desperate or promiscuous. And although this book is a step up from the manosphere, I think if men want to be attractive, they should focus on being kind and competent. Good men don't need to read books like this. The easiest and most common way that women have their lives ruined is by choosing the wrong man. Too many women give up their chances at a happy life. Women watching this video, your life is important, too important, and you need to take it seriously as such. Do not waste away your chance at a happy life for anything less than you deserve. Take your life seriously and do not make excuses for subpar men. Yes, building a life you are happy with takes effort and is not always easy, but this needs to be done and is always worth it. In closing, I would recommend that women read pickup artist books and familiarize themselves with pickup artist tactics so that they can spot them easier and defend themselves. Not everyone has a stomach for it, but if you have a morbid curiosity, I would recommend buying the books from a used online bookstore or going to the library so you are not giving monetary profit to the authors. When you can identify the pickup artist strategies and help other women be able to do so as well, you take away the power from these men and their strategies. If every woman in this world already knew about the manipulative strategies, the strategies would be far less effective because they would become a sign of weakness in men. If you have additional methods of spotting pickup artists, feel free to help others out by sharing them in the comments below. Together, we can have the clever energy that Beth Harmon has in this wonderful scene and outsmart these low IQ game players. Niccolo Machiavelli once said, "One who deceives will always find those who allow themselves to be deceived." Well, Machiavelli didn't have YouTube or the internet, okay?
We have the internet to catch ourselves up to speed. We have each other and a way of communicating with each other so that whatever you learn in field, you can bring to others, and whatever they learn, they can bring to you. It's collaborative. My job here is to catch you up to speed in the world of pickup, not enough so that you can just get laid, but enough so that you can teach it to your son.
I am relatively new to making video essays on YouTube, but I plan to make more soon and consistently. If you enjoyed this video, please consider following me on Twitch as well. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.